first ever video. The reason she is sucking on her hand so hard is because she is teething. So my name is Santia, this is Kenna and she is my daughter. I look about 14 but I'm actually coming 20 in 6 days. Yes. Today's video is just basically going to be sit down with me, story time on my 19 and pregnant journey. So basically I found out I was pregnant August of last year, which was August, I think it was the 17th of August in 2018. Basically I was at my sister's birthday party. We were in a chicken restaurant and everything got really dizzy, so I immediately grabbed onto the table. And this kept happening to me for a few days, so I kind of knew that there was something wrong. To be honest, I thought I was getting a bug or I was quite sick. So that was fine. I felt unwell for a few days, but then obviously I missed my period. So I kind of freaked out, but any single time I missed my period, whether I was doing stuff or not, I would have always took a pregnancy test, because I would be one of these kind of people that's so worried and overthinking and just basically yes, getting myself in a proper state for no reason. So I took a test and thinking it can't come up positive, there's just no way. I was actually and still am in a relationship with her daddy. We've been together for just over a year, so you can kind of summons that we haven't actually been together that long from when Kenna was in my belly, but all good. So basically bought a test and took the test in my bathroom when I was home alone. So I was kind of nervous, but I took the test and it was one of those tests that it's a line or 2 lines, so it wasn't really a yes or no answer. So I took the test and basically there was a line, but there was a wee tiny faint line behind it. So I was kind of am I not? So that was actually worse than getting a yes or no answer, because I was kind of mind baffled. I was what is going on? So basically I waited for a few days and it was the worst few days of my entire life. The overthinking was just, it was mad. It was really mad. So basically I got another test and I was do you know something, I'm just gonna get a test that says yes or no, because I honestly okay, I can't be dealing with this not knowing. So I actually got my friend to go in to the chemist for me, because where I live is a really small sort of I wouldn't even call it a town, it's more like a village in South Armagh. So everyone knows each other and everyone talks, you know, so I kind of just, I was afraid to actually go in, because I was afraid of someone thinking automatically she's pregnant. Maybe I wasn't. So anyway, my friend went in and she bought me the test. So I went home, took the test. This was at night time, and my boyfriend and my parents and my 2 sisters were downstairs watching a video, or it was a movie, I actually can't remember. They were watching something on TV anyway, and I was upstairs in the bathroom by myself, obviously. So took the test, didn't want to look at the stick because I was so scared. I am so afraid of literally everything. So I remember picking the test up and I just seen yes. It was just yes. And I froze. I felt a bit sick. I was oh my god, what am I going to do? How am I going to tell my parents that I'm pregnant? I'm only 19. I literally just turned 19. My birthday's on the 7th of August, so in 6 days time I'll be 20. But I just turned 19 when I got pregnant, so it was terrifying. So anyway, I went downstairs and I remember saying to my boyfriend, we need to go for a drive. And he kind of looked at me and he was okay, because he knew I was taking the test. So we drove and I was look, let's just park up, we need to talk. But automatically he knew straight away she's pregnant, because it was written all over my face. My face was 10 times more red than it is now, and it's pretty red because it's roasting outside. So I just showed him the test. I couldn't actually say yes or no, because I was that shocked, scared, happy, nervous, upset, every emotion going. I was feeling it. So basically I showed him the test and he literally just looked at me and he was it's all gonna be fine. like everything is gonna be okay. And I was kind of like, how are you so calm about this? But me and my boyfriend have like separate personalities. I would be really worried and I would like overthink things, whereas Matthew would be so like calm and cool and collective and just so reassuring. So he kept me really, really cool like through the whole process. Okay. So basically what we done was, like, I was saying to myself, like, how am I supposed to tell my parents? So I wanted to like test it out, telling someone that wasn't family. So I rang my best friend and she came out. This was at like 12 or like half 12 at midnight, and she came out and I was crying and she couldn't understand why. She thought me and my boyfriend were arguing, but we actually weren't. So I gave her the test and she just looked at me and she goes, is this a joke? And I was like, no, this isn't no joke. No joke. And she just sort of says like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, I'm gonna tell my parents. So basically me, my best friend and my boyfriend called my dad, the person that I literally go to for everything. He's like my rock. We have a really close relationship. Rang him, he came down, told him, look, there's something I need to tell you, but I wouldn't actually say it because I was like, it wasn't that I was afraid of his reaction, because I knew that my daddy would always support me. It's just I didn't want to disappoint him, because it's not something that a daddy wants to hear his daughter say at that age, I'm pregnant. So basically my boyfriend actually got out of the car and told him himself, which takes some balls. So credit to Matthew for that, taking one for the team. He told my dad and my dad looked at me, but he looked at me like it was like more like a concern type look. It wasn't really an angry look or a how dare you look, or you know, it was more worried for me. And he told me everything's gonna be fine, you know, I'll support you, we will all support you, you'll get through this, it'll get better, it only gets better. So that was so reassuring to hear, because I've heard so many girls at my age getting like kicked out of their houses, people falling out with them, their families like literally going absolutely mental, whereas like having that positive reaction was really reassuring. So I went home with my dad, my best friend and my boyfriend, and we told my mum and my two sisters, and everyone took it like so well. My whole family were supportive, and obviously now like they wouldn't change it for the world, because Kenna is just everything to me and my family and my boyfriend. So yeah, it was actually like a really positive experience, surprisingly enough, wasn't it? Well, you wouldn't remember, but yeah, it was good. Social media was kind of like the worst. Camera, she just loves the camera. You're like me. Yes, turn you around. Social media was probably the bad part about announcing my pregnancy, because I knew that like there's so many people that's like opinionated and they like to stress the fact that they don't agree with something. So that was more scary than anything else, because I definitely like I wanted to announce my pregnancy because it was something that I was excited about and I was looking forward to meeting my baby, and I wanted to like share the journey with my friends on social media. So I waited till my 3-month scan just to make sure everything was okay, and I announced it, and I got like loads of like positive reactions and like, oh my god, congratulations, and I'm so happy for you and Matthew and your family and everything, and it was really nice. But there was also like nasty comments, and obviously there's always going to be, like I can guarantee you, like even my YouTube channel, there's going to be nasty comments, but as long as you're happy, like do what you want, people are going to talk anywhere. So basically yeah, there was nasty comments, but I never really let that drag me down, and I'm so glad that I didn't, because everything is just literally, I think everything happens for a reason, and if you don't agree with someone else's choices, just be quiet, because it doesn't concern you. It doesn't have anything to do with your life, it doesn't affect you in any way, so just go about your business and let that person be happy. So when I announced it on social media, it sort of just made it real. It was more real. It was like everyone knows about this now, like, you know, there's no hiding it no more. And I didn't want to hide it, because I remember a time before I actually announced that I was pregnant, I didn't want anyone actually knowing. It wasn't that I was ashamed, it was more I want everyone to know when everything's definitely like more safer to tell people. Like obviously a lot of people in my family told me like, wait until your 12-week scan, because before the 12 weeks, that's usually, if there's going to be any complications, that's when they'll happen. Excuse me. So that's what I did. But before that, like, I did develop a wee bit of a bump, like, because I was so petite. Like, I was a size 4, so skinny, and just like so, well, I am 4'11", so like I was really, really petite. So like I did develop like a wee bit of a bump, and you could tell that it wasn't belly fat because it was kind of like, it was just really obvious. So I remember going into the Chinese, my favourite place in the world, and I had like a scarf on. This was like, I think this was September, and it was quite warm, surprisingly, like where I live. But yeah, I had like a, can't cope with you, I had a scarf on, like obviously to cover my belly, and I think that made it more obvious to people that, you know, why is she wearing a scarf in September or even like the end of August? Like that's not normal. So people either thought that I was like messed up in the head, or that I definitely was pregnant. So yeah, I think that's where I kind of like went wrong, because a lot of people talked about that. And I think something else as well that gave it away was, see, I would be really weird, like I didn't want to just come out with it like, hey everyone, I'm pregnant, and everyone being like, what the hell? I kind of wanted to give people like a wee clue so that they weren't as shocked when I did announce it. So I put up, I think it was a photo of me and my friend, of like one of our nights out, and it was like, rest in peace alcohol. So like, what can be more obvious that I'm pregnant than that? And then also like Ed Sheeran, small bump. I think I put that on my Instagram story, and people kind of got like the hint that, you know, why rest in peace alcohol? She's either not touching alcohol, she's becoming like a pioneer, or she's pregnant. So I'm pretty sure they figured it out for themselves. So yeah, basically that's how it went. I did not have morning sickness other than like 3 times. If we were going to a restaurant, I would definitely have to make sure that there was a toilet in that restaurant, because it was unpredictable. Some things I could eat, some things I couldn't eat. Like, my favourite thing in the world is McDonald's. Like, I would move into McDonald's if I had a chance. I would actually work at McDonald's just to eat the food. Lunch breaks, tea breaks, you name it. I love McDonald's. I could eat it all day. My favourite thing was sweet chilli wrap meal with no veg. No veg because I'm healthy. And I couldn't eat that when I was pregnant. Like, I would be sick. Like, I took a bite out of that wrap, I would be violently sick everywhere. I wouldn't even have time to open up a door. I would just vomit. And I love it now, so it was you that didn't like it. Probably because I ate it so much. What else? Oh yeah, the worst thing about being pregnant was actually needles. Like, I am so fearful of needles. So fearful. Like, I need my mum with me 24/7 when I'm getting injections, because I am that bad with needles. I will faint. Or cry, or both. So there was a lot of needles, like blood tests and like flu vaccinations and stuff. So yeah, I had a really, really easy pregnancy though, in fairness. Like, I've heard of so many girls that were like sick every morning, and this is what I was actually like expecting, but I had it really, really easy. It's hard. It seems like it goes on forever and ever and ever, like especially towards the end. I was 11 days overdue the night before I was meant to be induced, which I think was my 12th day. 2 weeks nearly like overdue. Like, that's mental. Like, I thought I would go early because most of my people in my family did, but no, she had to wait 2 weeks to be fashionably late. The night before I was meant to go in to be induced, 5:30 Friday morning, my waters broke, and then I was like, oh my god, this shit's real. Like, you know, it's time to go to the hospital. And I was actually in labour for 2 full days. 2 full days of labour. Nothing progressed. I didn't get past 2 centimetres. Her heart rate just dropped to basically nothing. Mine skyrocketed, so I ended up with a fabulous emergency section, which scared the absolute life out of me. So basically, that is my pregnancy story. It was great, but a long road. I would do it all over again for her though, obviously, you know. I always wanted kids young, just maybe not like 19 young, but in fairness, like looking back at everything and looking at how things are now, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. So there you go, that's it.